And there's one thing that I want to talk about in particular when you buy on the buy side to make things a little bit easier and smoother on the sell side. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Welcome to Commonwealth Cabin, and we are doing what we do in here. We're selling stuff. We hope you're doing good out there as well. We hope you're selling stuff. You know, I've been a little bogged down at work, a little busy, so I haven't been listing a ton, but I decided yesterday that I was going to, or if you watched the video, I guess 2 days ago at this point, that I was going to do a send offer, a blanket send offer at 5% off. And it resulted in a few sales. Nothing like out of this world crazy expensive, but still some good sales on some older items that have been in the store for a while. And you're going to take a look at those today. But I also want to talk about for just a second some systems that I've put in place that make eBay selling a little bit easier, a couple of processes, and then something that all of y'all can do out there. And for you old timers, you pros out there, always to help some of the other newer folks, leave some comments with some of your own tips and tricks that you've used over the years and that you have learned. And it's a good way for all of us to learn, especially me. I love reading those tips as well. I can't tell you, I've learned so much since I started doing this YouTube show, and I'm very grateful to all you old pros out there who helped me out a ton. But I did want to talk about that. And there's one thing that I want to talk about in particular when you buy on the buy side to make things a little bit easier and smoother on the sell side and on the shipping side. Let's take a look. All right, got a couple of items up here today on the shelf. I sell these often. You've heard me talk about them. If you get the right size box, this is a first-class shipper. And so you can beat a lot of the competition because people will ship this thing off and they'll do it priority mail. Makes it a little bit more expensive. And so I put it out there at the 16-ounce rate as a first-class shipper, 15, whatever it is. And then sometimes I think you can get it 12 ounces if you got the right box, which I think I have back there. And it's just a way to beat the competition a little bit. But this particular Tupperware one usually comes with a lid, and you can get even more money with the lid. But without the lid, I still got $11 plus shipping for this. And this came from a big buy, a box. We bought a whole box of Tupperware for $10. And so this one right there pays for the whole box, although we've already paid for that box like 5 times. Here's another one you find often out there, and this is a Minecraft. This is an axe, I guess. And I learned this, talking about learning from people, I learned this from a newbie, a new reseller, a kid that I used to teach, Daniel. And you've heard me talk about Daniel before. And a lot of you went and watched that video, and it started to get a lot of views on the Picker channel. It really was a fun video going out with this giant kid, you know, and then me, who's a little on the vertically challenged side right there. And we had a great time, and he picked up some of these things. I'm like, really? You know, I see these all the time. And he's like, yeah, I looked it up. It sells. I'm like, okay, cool. So there's the swords and these. I like to usually sell them in lots because you get a little bit more money. But this one for 18 bucks, which, you know, for a piece of foam is pretty good. Another one of our when in doubt Parter outers. This is one of the rainbow vac. I don't know, what do you call these things? A wand, I think is what they call them, yeah. So this one sold for $10.90. Let me look, I forgot here. 10 bucks. $9.49. This is one of those that got sent out as an offer, a 5% off offer. So it was 10 bucks, went for $9.50, and it'll go in the tube right there. And it's all pure profit at this point because we made a bunch of money off of parting out this machine. You know, it may not seem like a bunch, but when you part things out like that, you know, there's $8 profit right there. There's, you know, $10 on this one. There's $30 on this one, whatever it is. And it all adds up, and you make one buy and you sell like 5 different parts and you make like 60, 80 bucks. All right, here's a cool buy right here. I remember grabbing this one because it was 50 cents or a quarter. I can't remember. I remember the sale. I can't remember how much I paid, but I know it was really, really cheap because I saw the writing on it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But I'm like, that thing is vintage Little League right there. Character, courage, loyalty. And I was a Little Leaguer back in California, and I remembered it fondly, and I'm like, that thing is going to sell. So there's a lot of Little League collectors out there. And it did, took a little while, but it sold for $18. 18 bucks. That's light as could be. That's going to ship out under the 8-ounce rate. So fees, shipping, cost, $7.50. Sold for $18. You're going to make $10.50 on this. And some people will be like, well, I'm not selling something if that's all I'm making. Well, I totally agree if it takes effort. This is no effort. I took it, I laid it on the table, I took pictures of it, I listed it, and it's going to take me 2 minutes to ship it. I'm not 10 minutes all into this item, and I'm going to make $10.50. You know, that's $70 an hour. So don't be so quick to say, I will only make this much money. Although it is a wise thing to do, especially if you don't live here, right? If you live out in Silicon Valley or something, you might not want to waste your time on this when you can make, you know, $200 an hour. So it is relative, but I like to calculate time per hour spent. By the way, one little trick when you do something like this is I have a blanket back there, and I'll stuff it in these bags. They look way better when they're full in the picture, and you can see it better than it does laying flat, although I don't know that I did that with this one. Next one is over here, Tyrannosaurus Rex. This one went to a viewer, I think. I have to read this. So this little jar, it's the last of our jars. We have that jar by, and they're not much money. You don't make much money on them at all, but a couple of them we made pretty decent money, and this was kind of a straggler, and it got on that 5% send offer, and it sold too. The old jelly jars, Welch's jelly jars, when they come in sets, sell pretty good. This one went to Jazz W and family, and you have a YouTube channel, so maybe make sure I get this one. JAZDUBYA. So I know they have a YouTube channel. Hey, Kevin and family, really enjoyed the Shamu. So did my kids. This will match the Stegosaurus Welch's glass. If you could have Turner and Blue Ridge Mama sign the cards just this time, it would be appreciated. So we certainly will do that. And then they'll have the whole Commonwealth card set. What about Sophie? You want her to stamp that thing? I don't know. And we'll do a video drop of us opening the package. Awesome. So thanks so much. We appreciate it, and best of luck to you. Hey, this one is not part of our 5% send offer. This one is part of our 20%. Please get these shoes out of my shed sale. And they went to a viewer named Beth, and thank you, Beth. I'm going to show everybody the shoes. But she said that she's about to retire and she needs something to do in retirement, so she's been watching and learning. All right, it should be like women's shoes, I think, are mostly in here. Converse right there. Converse 1 stars. It's been around a little while right here. And I'm glad they're gone. My wife picked these up, I think. I might have picked them up. I'm not quite sure. $13.50 plus shipping. I think they were a yard sale fine for $1 or $2. So not a bad little profit. I'm pretty happy with it. Thank you, Beth. We appreciate it. Next one, I already pulled it out just because it's a pain to try and do this with one hand. And it's from our remote control case, and we did that video the other day. Maybe I'll link it if I can remember, on how to test a remote control, or one of the ways, I should say. And I think this is the Zenith, out the door for $19 for that one right there. So that's a really nice sale. Always when you're picking them up, you old pros know here, is check to make sure there is no corrosion inside, or if it's a really nice one and worth your time, to go ahead and clean the corrosion, which I could make a video about too, but there's, 5 different ways to do it right. Maybe you old timers can tell us in the comments. Have one more sale in here, and it's another when in doubt, part or out item, and it's from that oh so appropriately or oh so inappropriately named garage sale. We found it in her underwear, which I caught a lot of flack for, but I did. I found stuff in a bag of her underwear. At any rate, I'll link it right here. We found a non-working, non-complete chess set, and chess is pretty good right now. Kingmaster, and I've sold it so many times. What drawer am I in? CP's drawer? I thought it was in this. When in doubt, part it out item should be in this drawer here. Maybe it's not. Oh yeah, it's right here. I just picked it up 3 times and didn't see it. It's just a few of the chess pieces that were mismatched. We sold the pawns separately, sold these separately, and then sold the board itself separately. And it was incomplete, paid $1 for it, and we'll probably end up making $20 off of that little set. And how easy is that right there? It's the Excalibur Kingmaker, I think it's called. And those were our smallest sale out of that one, and I think they sold for like $7, or maybe a little bit less. So maybe $3 profit out of that at this point, because we got that thing so cheap and we're in the pure profit. Turner, you got a sale out of the Homeschool Hustler store. What do you got there? 5-0 Mouth Quits. 5-0 Mouth Quits. That's pretty cool. You like that one? Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. We haven't seen that movie, I don't think. But I watched it when I was a little boy, and I believe they sold those at Sears. Is it inappropriate? No, it's not inappropriate. It's very appropriate. Matter of fact, I have that VHS, and we're going to watch it soon. Okay? All right, buddy. That one sold for $19 plus shipping, so that's enough money for you to do what? Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. You got it. Our Blue Ridge Mama wants me to show you that she is the one who does the shipping, and that it's not just me. Actually, she has a sale. She brought these down, and then I made her come ship.
Just some more gently pre-owned clothing. This is a pair of Turner's shoes. Super cool, light up. Just on Macari, a lady made an offer for $9, so I accepted it, and she paid the $4.99 shipping.
You've been selling a bunch lately. I like of our stuff. I love it.
Yeah, the Macari, I just think, you know, it's a lot of moms on
there.
there.
Because that's like nothing special.
No, they're just Skechers, so not, you know.
$10 plus shipping. Cool. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And thanks for shipping.
You're welcome.
All right, this is it. This is officially the oldest shirt in my entire eBay store. It's the very farthest to the left on my rack. I should say it's the oldest short sleeve shirt in my entire eBay store. That's how I do the system right there. And so this is, even though it sold for $13 plus shipping, this makes me really, really happy. I mean, really happy. This is a Goodwill buy. So this was $4. And I had it listed for, I don't know what. It sold 20% off, so I don't know. Y'all can do the math. What's $13 after being 20% off? I don't know. What is that, 17 bucks, something like that? So happy this one is gone, and still made a profit. Not much, maybe around $8 or so on this one. $7.50, but I am so glad it's gone. It's San Diego Padres All-Star Game 2016. I saw it in Goodwill, and I'm like, that'll sell. It'll sell. You know, Southern California, you know, short sleeve, button up. But, you know, it's not real sexy, you know. Just has the little logo on it. Nothing amazing. You know, it'd be better. A lot of times they'll make, you know, in California, they'll do shirts like this, but they'll be like Hawaiian shirts or something like that. But you know what? It sold, and I made money on it, and it's an old one out the door. That 20% off sale for the very oldest items over a year in the store has paid off so far. If nothing else, it's paid off in space. So sometimes when you don't have a ton of time to list, like I find myself in lately, and I literally just don't have time. I try to squeeze one in the morning and one in at night before I go to bed. And Blue Ridge Mama gets a few in, but I just don't have time to do the 10 or 12 or 15 listings that I typically do in a day to still keep up sales. And it's the time to focus on moving some old inventory out. This one sold, what do we sell these for? $10.95, I think, something like that. Although this one might have been a send offer, so 5% off of that. It's the Mary Kay. Last time I talked about these, I didn't tell anybody what they were. You folks have been around a while, know what they were. Bought them at that one great sale, making a ton of money. Bought 40 of these things, and we make, you know, 10 bucks. Well, not quite. We make like $7 a piece times 40, or $8 a piece times 40. And it's just a little jeweled Mary Kay lipstick case. Just love selling these things. Love them. Down to like 16 left or so. All right, we hope you guys are doing great out there. Thank y'all for the comments. I appreciate it. And thank you for subscribing if you haven't. And thank you for hitting that alert bell, ringing that bell. We really do appreciate you. We hope you're doing great. And I'll tell you what, one more thing really quick. Here in a little bit, I want to talk about one of the other things that makes eBay a little easier for me. And we're going to show a little clip at the end of the video and do just that. So thank y'all for joining us, and we'll see you next time. All right, Reagan's huddling over here by this heater because I accidentally turned the heater off. Oh, well. All right, Reagan, what did they buy out of your store today?
Gary and Athena got a yellow t-shirt and, well, yeah, t-shirt, and they said they love the yellow.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
Yes, because Dad thought the yellow wasn't going to be good.
I did. I have to admit, I did not think the yellow would sell. Boy, was I wrong. You've been selling them like crazy. What else you got?
And then Eric, Barbara, David, and he's from the Netherlands.
David's bought, I think, every single mug. He's got everything we got, and he's over there in the Netherlands. That's awesome.
Tony got it for his lovely wife, he said, and Donald.
And hey, and he left a message, so I'm going to read this to us real quick. It says, thank you, Reagan, for the yellow shirt again. My children have been part of and made picks in my business that I started in 1989. Sometimes against my better judgment, and it worked out for the better. So that's his kind way of saying that it's okay to be wrong and your kids to be right. A long time ago, I bought my daughter a skateboard at a shop. She talked me into opening a skateboard shop in my store. Only skate shop in several counties in North Alabama. That was an amazing win. You keep up the good work. The whole Commonwealth Empire never ceases to amaze me. The Empire, I love it. So that's very nice. And by the way, I have to say this because I'm a history teacher. Do you know what Athena is? No. It's the Greek goddess of wisdom. we'll talk about it later. All right. Thank you,
Bye.
Reagan.
And don't forget to get your stickers at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Just had a young man come by, a former baseball player of mine, a former student of mine, who does this kind of stuff, technical drawing and stuff like that. And he's going to make, he did all the measurements, the depth, the height, each compartment, and did all the measurements. And he's going to put which box goes in what, 1092, 1097, 7 box, shoe box, long tube, short tube, record box, all that, 4x4. And he's going to put them all in there and make a digital, like a PDF for folks, and a hard copy I could print off. So I'm thinking, you know, if you want a hard copy of it, Reagan will have to send it to you or something out of the store. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work yet. I mentioned, you know, I'm paying this young man to do this, so I mentioned charging, you know, $1.99, $2.99 or something like that, and then a couple of people yelled at me, so I don't really know what to do. But I know if Reagan's going to be sending them out, we need to charge something for her time. So you tell me, what do you think? $1.99, $2.99, free. Maybe put a tip jar. I could put a tip jar in the description of the video. And maybe if you use it and you want to and you think it's worth it, you know, put a tip in there or something. So what do y'all think? I'm just flattered that anybody wants one of these things. It was the one thing I just had to have. Because let me tell you, my shipping goes so much faster. Everything's at my fingertips. I love it.